There it is. There it is.
Red light flashing, no green, no green.
Hand me hers.
I can talk loud. I don't know how well cord. Thank you. Okay, we will go ahead and get started with our county council meeting. Thank you to all of you who are here tonight. We appreciate you. We want to excuse Councilwoman Catherine Buse, who is out of town right now. And we'll go ahead and start with an opening by Councilwoman Barbara Tidwell.
Okay, thank you. I want to talk about the Declaration of Independence, where we are celebrating the 250th year of signing of that this next year. But I want to talk about the signers a little bit. In June of 1776, the committee was commissioned to draft a Declaration of Independence. This committee consisted of Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert R. Livingston. The draft was made by Jefferson, and after a few verbal alterations by Dr. Franklin and Mr. Adams, it was submitted to Congress on the 28th of June. On the 1st of July, 9 states voted for independence. On the 4th of July, the 13 United Colonies declared themselves free and independent states. John Hancock, the President of Congress, was the only one to sign it that day. It was released to the world with only his signature, but on August 2nd, 1776, all but one of the 56 signers put their pens to the parchment. Matthew Thornton, the lone absentee, did not sign until November, and that was because he wasn't elected to the Congress until then. But a little bit of information on John Hancock. Sorry, I've got to find my page here. A symbol of open resistance to British rule even before the Boston Massacre of 1770, John Hancock became president of the Continental Congress in 1775 and released the Declaration of Independence July 4th, 1776. His bold signature was the only one on the document. The first elected governor of Massachusetts, Hancock was instrumental in getting his state to ratify the new U.S. Constitution in 1788. And I think it's really interesting. I picked this up in Boston. I just came back from vacation there, and it's interesting to read about the signers and what was done on that. And I'd like to finish my comments in the form of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we're grateful to Thee for this meeting and grateful that we could be gathered together here in the great freedoms of this great country. We're grateful for the leaders who have gone before and who established this great country and for their bravery and their willingness to do and carry out what their feelings were. We're grateful for this county and for all that resides herein, and pray that Thou would be with us this evening, that we would be able to discuss the things that we need to take care of, and that we would be civil and be able to enjoy what is being said and be able to express our opinions in a good manner. And this is our prayer in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you'll please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate that. Okay, has anyone had a chance to review the agenda? Ready to make a motion?
Madam Chair, there needs to be an amendment to the agenda. I move to amend that we add item 6E to read appointments to the Behavioral Health Advisory Council presented by Joshua Barson of the Bear River Health Department.
Okay.
Second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the agenda with the addition of item 6E that has been proposed. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I would move that we go ahead and approve the amended agenda.
Plus,
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the amended agenda. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, what about the minutes?
I read them, but I wasn't here for part of them. I can't approve them.
Let's hire Carl back.
Yeah, really.
I can make a motion to approve 923s and 924s, but I cannot do 916 because I wasn't here.
And I did go over 916, and I'll move those, so. I guess we should get there.
So why don't you just do all of them?
Because I don't want it.
That'd be easier.
All right, I'll do them all.
Okay.
I moved the minutes for 916, 923, and what's the other one?
924.
Okay, second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we accept the minutes from September 16th, September 23rd, and September 24th meetings. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. All right, report of the county executive. Mr. Daines.
I do not have any report. I have an item in the agenda to discuss our progress on the budget, so I'll defer my comments on that, my portion agenda.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, Office of the Election, Lieutenant Governor's Office. We got Ryan here.
Is he ever smiling? He's like the happiest guy.
We're always glad to see you, Ryan.
Well, it's good to be here. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your meeting. I'm a Cache Valley native, grew up in Logan, so it's always good to be home. That's why I'm always smiling, especially when you come into the valley. It just feels like home. So I'm really excited to be here. 2 years ago when I came to the council, it was under far different circumstances. We issued a report detailing some very serious violations of election law and procedures. We did a full review of the 2023 municipal elections, and we couldn't find anything that deemed those elections invalid, but we did find a lot of procedural issues and problems. So in that report, we were pretty blunt. It could have been many more. I think we ended up with 31 recommendations there. It honestly could have been 7 or 8. We kind of focused on the major ones. So much different now. For this election, I spent 4 days up here at different times, visiting the ballot center, visiting with staff, and through the report that we issued 2 years ago, and through each and every item from that report, and we wanted to confirm for ourselves the implementation of that. So we gave that report. I don't plan on going through every one of those recommendations, but it's in the record. I did see online, so public can go through and read that. But I am happy to report that they have met or exceeded every single one of those recommendations in that report, and that gives a lot of credit to Bryson as the clerk, and I think Bryson would recognize this, but more importantly to the staff. When those kinds of things occur, there's kind of two ways you can react, and they reacted the appropriate way, and they took that to heart, and they really implemented, and I think have done a phenomenal job improving elections in Cache County, where I think all of us can have a lot of confidence in the process and how that's done. So I'd like to read a letter from the Lieutenant Governor, and then just a couple more words, and I'd love to answer any questions that members of the council may have. But the letter reads, Dear Cache County Bryson Bam, I want to start this letter off by thanking you for your continued efforts to improve the administration of elections in Cache County. In December 2023, prior to your taking office, my staff conducted a thorough review of the Cache County municipal elections and issued a report titled A Review of Cache County Elections. The report outlined a number of significant issues and violations of state law and gave recommendations for corrective action. While these issues occurred before you took office, you and your staff have made outstanding efforts and meaningful progress in addressing the issues identified. These improvements demonstrate a strong commitment to your oath of office and responsibilities to administer elections in Cache County. During the 2025 municipal election, members of my staff spent 4 days in Cache County observing nearly every aspect of your elections. They reviewed processes to see if and how the recommendations have been implemented. I am pleased to write that they were able to verify that every recommendation made in the report has been fully implemented. Their findings are detailed in the attached report. We encourage you to continue fine-tuning your processes in the spirit of continuous improvement. Based upon our observations, I've included a few suggestions that will support this continued improvement in your processes. With a solid foundation now in place, I encourage you to remain diligent in looking for new ways to strengthen Cache County elections and to uphold your commitment to election law, administrative rules and best practices. I appreciate the hard work and your office has made to make Utah elections more secure. My staff remains committed to support you with resources, training, and guidance as you continue your work. Sincerely, Deidre M. Henderson, Lieutenant Governor. So it's truly an honor to be here and watch that progress. And on top of that, showing the continued improvement mindset. Both Bryson and Michelle have completed the vote certification, which is a series of 10 classes that are sponsored by the Lieutenant Governor's office and the Association of Clerks through Weber State University, and they completed that last month. And Kyla, I believe you have one more class to do. But there's the mindset, and I think the framework and the foundation should really continue on going forward. The changes have been made, and I think that mindset's been shifted to grow great things at Cache County elections.
Thank you, Ryan. Does anyone have any questions you want to ask Ryan?
No questions. Thank you for being here and helping our clerks, and thanks to the clerks.
I think we need to give a round of applause. Thank you.
All right.
Mentioned there was 31 concerns that you had. And there could have been a lot more, 70 to 80 possible. Did a lot of the rest of those is did they have connections with the 31?
They did. We kind of consolidated them down and tried to narrow it down. When you have that many, it's hard to really put it into words. The major ones and tangentially.
So as you fix these, those will automatically off in our correct. Yeah. I think that's actually phenomenal. I mean, that doesn't happen like just overnight. You have to dig into those things. You have to then put in the right sequence and exactly a procedure take care of all that stuff. And when I was reading through that there's those two words you mentioned that I think stood out. Fully implemented. I thought. That says a lot. That really says a lot. That partially, we didn't quite get there. It means that hey, they weren't going to stop until it was perfect. And I'm actually quite proud of it. So.
And I think it takes a lot of humility to take that report to heart.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
I just want to make a comment. I know Bryson campaigned on the promise to bring back boring. and you see a lot of people get into public offices and blame their predecessor. I've even been tempted to do that. I may do it tonight. I'll try to avoid it and follow Bryson's example. But he was unsuccessful the first time, and he ran again. He was successful the next time. And he's truly a man that didn't do this to seek the spotlight. In fact, quite the opposite. When administrative things run smoothly, often they're unseen and unnoticed, and that's exactly what Bryson was hoping for. So, just congrats, great job.
Anybody else? Thanks so much, Ryan. Thanks for being with us. Okay, 6B, we have Alma.
Alma Burgess, Cache County grant writer and manager. During the June 10th council meeting, Angie Zetterquist was here to ask for an extension on two Wraps and Restaurant Awards, one for Deep Canyon and the other one for 800 West Regional Trail. These were both approved by the council. But as I got thinking about it, it wasn't clear as to the deadline. And so I would propose a deadline of August 31st, 2026 for both of them. For your approval. You've already approved the extension. Just wanna get a date so that we know when they need to have these completed by.
So you wanna, this says October 1st and August 1st, you wanna change them both to August 31st?
I did, and Angie and her staff were not able to be here. They're at two separate conferences, and I visited with her, and she said August. And just to keep for consistency, all of our others expired December, so December 31st. So I would like to suggest August, the last day of August.
Okay.
Of 2026.
Does anyone have any questions for Alma, or someone like to make a motion on that? Anybody?
Requires suspending the rules?
No, we just,
Okay. I move to approve Alma's recommendation to put the expiration date for both the Deep Canyon Trailhead and 800 West Regional Trail for August 31st, 2026.
I will second.
okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the date of August 31st, 2026 as the deadline on the Wraps Awards. Is there any further discussion? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you, Alma. Okay, Andrew.
Good evening, council. The item 6C is a local consent application from Beaver Mountain Ski Resort to obtain a limited service alcohol license and is coming to you to gain local consent as part of the application process. Based on the paperwork which should have been included in your packets, from what the applicant has stated in their application, as well as what has been provided by the sheriff's office, they meet all the standards, and the sheriff's office didn't list any concerns or any reasons to not grant consent. So that being said, whether or not you want to grant that consent is up to you guys.
Okay, does anyone want to discuss that? This is the first time for Beaver Mountain alcohol.
Correct. This is from what I understand, an alcohol license that would be granted under the ordinance that was passed and signed earlier this year to include different like additional types of alcohol licensing options. This would be one of those.
And this is just our local consent, they still have to go state.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll move that we approve it. Item C, alcohol local consent application for Beaver Mountain.
I will.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the alcohol local consent application for Beaver Mountain. Any further discussion? Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thanks, Andrew. Okay, we'll turn some time over to our county executive to talk about the budget process.
I have given Sandy kind of a one sheet analysis, pass that out, Sandy.
One more.
Okay.
Go all the way.
Does Andrew have one?
One more.
I'll share.
There's plenty.
Oh, okay, thanks.
We've got enough.
Let me just say this analysis result of Matt, Tom, Kurt Webb, myself, and Amy. We have been working with each department, going over their budgets, and we're preparing representative budget by probably a week. We need to write an analysis and give it a set of specific recommendations. Just so you're aware, some of our recommendations kind of leaked out a little bit, and we're already dealing with some of the public fervor over some of those recommendations. It should be clear that all of our recommendations are just that. The council will make the decisions here. We will provide the recommendations, we'll provide the data that supports them, and you will make the decision. I don't make any decisions. I'm going to close the Caddo County Library. I can't close any. That's a decision that you will make. This sheet kind of tells you where we are. I'm going to walk through the sheet, and then if you have any questions, direct Matt, Kurt, or myself, or Amy. So, we're focused primarily on the general fund. Over the last 3 years, the general fund has accumulated a deficit of almost $10 million. Bear in mind the property tax is historic primary funder of our general fund. At this point, our sales tax is a little larger than our property tax in terms of contributions to general fund. It amounts approximately 17% of the property taxes in the county. We're in the difficult position of being the tax collector for everybody else. So people tend to focus on us as the reason property tax go up. But our general fund is only 17%. And it varies depending on which city you're in, whether you're in corporate. Generally around 7% of the property tax fund our general fund. Our anticipated default deficit this year was another $7.6 million. We've been looking carefully at both our revenue and expenditures. It is expected that our expenditures are going to increase every year. About 70% of our cost personnel, when you give personnel across the board a cost of living increase, which frankly doesn't increase their salaries. It just keeps with what inflation is. You're going to have increased expenditures. We use the year 2019 as a comparison point. There has been 26% inflation since 2019. Our population has increased 11.5%. If you combine those, that's a factor of increase of about 40.5% that we would expect to see. That wouldn't be increased cost off rate. That would just be keeping pace with inflation and keeping pace population. So some increase is expected. However, our general budget is $31,056 million. That's a 76% increase for population and inflation and only adjusted for 40%. Now, that isn't to say there's any waste there. It's just the reality that our expenses have been going up much more rapidly than our revenues. As a result of our meeting department heads, we've been able to tentatively come up with recommendations that would reduce the proposed budget by $2,867,944. Those are hard-earned dollars, I should tell you. And those cuts only get us partway there. We have a deficit of $7.6 million. But the 2.867 is a good start. Let me just mention that most of these cuts are the agreement of the department and elected heads of office. I mean, we have worked together to reduce expenditure. In some cases, we're talking about reductions in force in terms of personnel. We haven't gone any further than just penciled those in, but we will have reductions in force budget. How many again determined by the county council. I want credit for the department heads for the effort they made to look at their budgets and come up with a revised budget. In some cases, we postponed expenditures. We said, let's wait another year. We've also encouraged the department to slim down their budget by instead of anticipating needing some additional room in their budget. They feel comfortable that we would reopen the budget if they have a need that comes up. So they don't need to reservoir spare funds on the budget. As I say, I would give credit to the department. You will see that their revised budgets come in made up by them, not us. But we will be going further with our recommendations. Let me just talk a little bit about the revenue side. The most significant ongoing source of county government property tax. What you pay as a result of value fluctuations of your assets and the mill levy that you place on them. That's the percentage of the value that you pay. People have a funny attitude about the mill levy, which is different. We don't treat the fact that you pay more income taxes when your income goes up. We don't regard that as an increase in income tax. If you're paying the same percentage but you have more income, we don't regard paying more taxes. We also don't say that your sales tax went up because you bought more goods. The rate stays the same. But we've kind of got that twisted around with property taxes in an expectation that if we raise more revenue because our properties are more valuable, or because we have new growth, that we have an increase in revenue, we have to go through a taxation hearing, which is an odd way to handle it. That is, the rate stays the same, and you would still have a taxation hearing. You generate more taxes. As a matter of fact, keeping the levy the same, which is the same percentage paid, would require an all probably a truth in taxation hearing every single year. But we're going to talk a little bit about that with our citizens. Let me just mention the assessor determines value. He's charged with making value as close as he can to market value. So we have a good index of what's happening to our market value. The mill levy, if the mill levy remained the same, our tax revenues would go up every year because our properties are appreciating and growth is added. Instead, our mill levy in this county has gone down. Our mill levy in 2019 was 0.006078. One of the other things that makes it difficult is the incredibly obtuse fractions that we use, but the mill levy was 60778. Using the same fraction, our mill levy now is 41558. That's a 32% reduction in the mill levy in 6 years. So while your dollars are inflating and your population is increasing, you've reduced your mill levy by 32%. You can see what's happening is we're reducing the percentage on value and we're increasing our expenditure. Both expenditures and revenue work. We need to bring those closer together. It is just inevitable that the cost of our county operation will increase as a result of growth and inflation. That's going to happen. Revenues have to keep up. An efficiently run county cannot operate on continually deflating dollars. You can't do it. So that's the message we're trying to get across to our citizens as we approach the budget. We're going to cut the budget, we're going to cut expenses, and we're going to try and make revenues keep track of growing expenses. So this is where we are as of this day. Our anticipated deficit when we started was $7.6 million. Our proposed cost savings that we're going to present to you is $2.8 million. And frankly, there are additional options based upon programming changes to reduce staff. So this has some of that built in, and some of them we haven't built it in, but you're going to see them and make decisions about them. Your proposed property tax increase would give us another $3.77 million. We've gone back to our sales tax forecast and adjusted that. That's a moving target, trying to get Matt to predict what's going to happen in sales next year. We've adopted the state's forecast for sales. Isn't that what we've done, Matt? Yes. Yeah, so we've taken their sales tax. Before Matt was predicting more conservatively. I don't think we need to budget conservatively. We do have adequate reserves. So if something goes wrong, we have enough room to deal with it. What we're trying to do is predict the most likely result on this. All of those would wipe out our deficit. However, I understand, Chairman, that you have made a change in our allocation with respect to the property the sales tax. That's what this addition of $1,153 represents, and the difference that represents. So we feel like we got there, and then we've got one more million to go with our deficit. If you look at it, the change is always the same as every budget shortfall. So that's where we are. The budget shortfall can be handled without any difficulty by our reserves. So it's not a situation where a risk don't come to zero. We would like to zero, frankly. That's our goal. And our goal is to do that continually, build a budget pattern that will support that going forward. Now, what questions do you have on how that distinction?
So today alone, you said word got out. I've had seven calls or emails about those cuts. Those are not reflected, I guess, say item B of the cuts, correct?
What have you referred to?
Library.
The library is reflected.
It is reflected in this. I won't mention others, but there are others reflected in here as well. Okay, just that one is reflected.
That's correct.
Okay.
But we're going to give you other programming to consider.
Oh, please take your time, because I have that much time on phone calls. 7 today. But I appreciate the citizens and their involvement in doing it. That's great. I do have a couple other points. We talked about inflation, and there are some things that are not counted in inflation. I believe healthcare costs are part of that, as well as some of the energy costs. Maybe Amy can tell us how much our healthcare benefits are affecting us as a cost. I believe they're going up more than inflation. As well as I found it interesting today as I was studying the cost of the average car is up over 25% in 3 years. So our public works department and everybody who drives a vehicle is getting slammed with additional costs. So just making that aware as your comparison to inflation. That's fair.
We just use the generalized inflation figure, and when you really get in department, particularly Matt's department and public works, asphalt. I mean, they buy and applying a standard figure
To that is crazy.
kind of meaningless in his world. And so these budget tools are just tools. They're not decisive. I think you can make a strong argument that personnel, while you talk about COLA, your cost on health care can be almost double the COLA is. That's my experience here in private enterprises. Our cost on health care is double COLA in terms of percentage each year. So that alone will make the adjustments necessary.
And I will say this, I've been on the council 5 years. Thank you for taking the time to dig into this. I have not seen this before. I don't know how the other council members feel. I mean, it's not fun, because this is a decision that you get to make recommendations, and we get to sit here and make a decision. It's not going to be fun. I don't like that. But I appreciate the digging into this, because I believe each one of us on the council has asked and begged for a review and check into this. So I am pleased to see this. I mean, it's news that we got to deal with. We wanted to deal with that. So thank you to you and the department heads. As we've always said in the council, we have amazing people who work in the county. We appreciate them.
Yeah, I would tell you, if this opportunity to sit down with them in a stress situation, talk with them. We have really good people working in the county, and I might say, with respect to the library, we have a fine library. The library board is doing a good job in managing the resources. That's not the issue with the library. There's no dysfunction that way. But I happen to live in Providence, and I got cornered the last weekend by a group of ladies in the ward, and I think my kind wife set me up to meet with a group. I'm truly skewered by my neighbor over the idea that their community library is not going to continue.
And people have asked me if we can give consideration. I mean, everybody understands that not everybody goes to the library. Those who do find it an exceptionally valuable source for children and for people. And we all know that education and learning is an important part of our society. So I just hope as we look at that, we can say, okay, we do this, but we open up over here. Are there other ways to view and look at that so that our citizens get the benefit of that? I mean, and that's tough, but I hope we give that consideration, if that makes sense. I mean,
Since I'm getting skewered tomorrow, I have some time and wrote up like a 20 page points. And this will be part of the recommendation given to you. If you want a preview of it, I've got a copy of it.
it would help me when I'm talking to those people who call or email me.
When I drive home each day, I go by the library. Now huge size library, save the library. And there was a party down there. I think on Saturday, where people were
Yeah, signing.
letters. Maybe I should drop in. In any event, it's a good thing, Nolan. It's a good thing to throw this out and have a public discussion about this issue.
I agree.
But the issue is the quality of library. It involves the double taxation. And here I may be getting too far in the weeds for this discussion, but all of the libraries in the valley will provide library services at what are charging their citizens in taxes to provide library service. That is, that's the fee for service model is. If you want to be served at the Hiram Library, the North Library, or the Smithfield, Logan, they figured out what their operating cost, no more than that. And then they figured out a household fee. Said, okay, if you'll pay that, we'll treat you just like our citizens. But the citizens are actually paying that through taxes for their library. So there's no profit being made here by anybody in terms of library services. You can go to Hiram that's exactly what Hiram thinks the citizens of its own city are paying for library services. Same thing with North Logan, same thing with Logan's the most expensive, believe it's $163, but their library cost $11.5 million, and they're not even considering the cost of the building. They're just considering the operating cost, which in that case is $2.8 million a year. And so when they divide that by their citizens, they're saying, we'll provide you, but there's no free lunch here. If we're gonna offer library services to the 20% of the valley that doesn't have a municipal library, we're gonna have 100% of the citizens to do that, and then we pay taxes twice. Once for their own library, and once those don't have a municipalized chosen to provide a library. So it isn't really about whether libraries are good or bad, or whether they're appropriate. It's how do you fund them, and what's appropriate for us. That's the issue in the market.
George, would you?
It is, in addition, I'd add, challenge with the library is very much the same as what we're doing with the fire district, et cetera. I mean, they're models of what current state is, where we're going, very much the same.
Yeah, it is. And that's why they have discussions about it doesn't apply to others we do.
Would you email that document that you have prepared and send it to Andrew, please, and then he can make sure we all have a copy of it electronically. That would be.
Finished like 10 minutes ago.
That just sometime tonight.
Tomorrow morning, okay. Gave a draft to the Herald Journal earlier today, and determined to get a better draft now because some of the numbers they'll be double checked. I think the numbers are right. We need some more work. Get it to you tomorrow.
We've been getting a text that says our audio is echoing really bad.
Yes.
I don't know what we can do about that.
I've done everything I can from my side. Bart is out of town, cell service.
Would it help if we shut some microphones off? I think we've doubled up on the mics, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, mine's off.
Okay. We'll just have to see. I can turn mine off too, because I talk loud.
How about when you're not talking?
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you very much. Executive. Okay. Yeah, it's the idea too, that really gives us a good direction, so thanks. Yep.
Not in the budget.
Georgia, the committee, I'd like to say thank you. As Nolan said, in the 5 years and longer that I've been here, we've never had this, and it is a great tool. Thank you for all the work you're doing. Thank you to your committee. It really helps us a lot. And yes, we're getting a lot of feedback from some constituents, but it really helps us to be better prepared for when the time comes. And thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's our job.
I had one question. There were some expenses I thought that were transferred from municipal fund to general fund. I think we probably ought to look back on some of those. Okay, and I think that was another issue that then pushed us.
Are you referring to the reallocation of public works and fire over the last several years? Yes. We did transfer those primarily municipal fund, revenue-based to general fund.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a shocker. Is it basically a shock that
It's tough to get an apples to comparison when you've made that adjustment.
But I appreciate pulling all this information together and just like I'm one of those lay it out on the table and then we really vet it great so that we can deep so that we can make the decisions because It will be, people need to make that decision, saying, do I wanna pay higher taxes, or do I want this service? That's the decision that have to be made. So.
Municipal services.
Okay.
That's not included.
Yeah.
Got to, and frankly, some of our recommendations are going to involve how we handle funds. I can give you a couple examples about that. I think it might be helpful because you're going to see them. We fund the health department with a levy. But the levy isn't enough to fund them. We fund them with a levy, and we take more money out of the general fund and fund them more. It really makes sense if we're gonna itemize the levy for the health department to put it all in a levy. So we're gonna make that recommendation to you. The other thing that we are looking at is we're encountering some problems with our assessing and the timeliness of the assessing because of the lack of commercial appraisers. That's what we found. That actually creates a situation where people value jumps dramatically rather than steadily. And
It created a tax shift to things. But that's occurred statewide to a lot of those things.
So the fact that we don't have enough commercial appraisers affects that. And that is paid out of our A&C budget where we have a surplus.
Huge.
So I think we're going to be able to come into the situation next year, use up some of that surplus, pick that up. That will even out appraisals, reduce citizen complaint, and probably generate more revenue. So I mean, we're looking down into the weeds of some of those things. A third problem that we have with funds is more fundamentally. Do we recognize that the mill levy going down, we're budgeting back, we're budgeting from revenue to mill levy. Where what we probably need to do is see if we can commit to holding our levy even. If we do that will generate $2 to $3 million more per year in property tax. And you would be paying the same tax rate on your property. We did that. That's and over long periods of time there will be adjustments sometimes that you're appraised in the interim. But over the long term that should more or less track inflation property values. Which more or less matches our increase for funding with our growth in size and the inflation. So we're gonna present a proposal to you about that as well. Like I said, we're working on both the revenue and the expense side. I had a good lunch with the sheriff. He left, but the discussion on the lunch was about the dogs and cats at the shelter. We're going to be making some recommendations there as well. We're going to stir up almost everybody.
Can I make a comment? First, thanks. I just want to make a couple of comments, and then I have a couple go for the jugular questions at the end. I do appreciate the recognizing the importance of the linear relationship between budget and revenue. Seems fundamental. I'm glad we're getting back to that. And I think you probably should bear the burden of getting skewered for making those recommendation cuts, just like we bear the burden of increasing taxes, right? That should be a healthy contention. I appreciate the dynamic and the recognition of roles. in this situation. The two questions I have are, one, when will we see a tentative budget? And two, this 3.7 million, what percentage property tax increase would that represent?
Well, it depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at simply increasing revenue, I think that was that 18% revenue. But that doesn't translate to individual because you have increased property that all the new properties that come online add to that increase. In addition, you have properties that are appraised. I think the difference in the mill levy, we're actually that we have not been doing. We're actually increasing the mill levy between last year and this year. I think the increase in the mill levy is what about 4 or 5%.
Well, the impact of new growth is about $581,000.
So what I'm talking about is the change in the mill levy between what the mill levy last and the mill levy this year.
Approximately, yeah.
Approximately 5%.
Thanks. I think as Mr. Erickson alluded to, I think having the discussion with our constituents about these are the services you get for the tax. I think those are the discussions we want to have, because ultimately we want to represent the general public in what they're willing to pay and what they want to get. It's a value exchange. And the more effectively we can present it that way, I think the more productive our conversations are going to be.
We're trying really hard that you can let me do say I don't I think Sandy knows this, but I don't directly read a word. I've authored a letter to the citizens going out with property tax notices. Craig and I worked together on the letter. Kurt helped me, and Matt saw the letter as well. But the letter invites citizens to come 3 hours before the Truth and Taxation hearing. And we're going to just have an open house in this room. We're going to have the various department heads here, and we're going to answer questions about the budget. And it'll be an informal setting. I'm not sure I would invite the council to that because you're going to be conducting that hearing later. But I wanted to make the department heads available. By that time, our tentative budget recommendations will all be public. And so this will give an opportunity to citizens, for example, to talk to Matt directly about public works, to talk to Matt about what he's doing. I'm going to try and get our department heads to be here and available. We're also going to present materials to them that talk about property taxes and mill levy and how it all works. With the idea there'll be communication at the time of Truth and Taxation. To be honest with you, I've been to those hearings. 50 or 60% of the submissions are just off the wall. They don't have any idea what we're dealing with or how property taxes or even who it is charging property taxes. I'll bet you not 1 out of 10 citizens understands that our budget is only 77% of the property tax bill. Well, this is our chance to try and get that message across in person with whoever shows up that day. But everyone that gets a tax notice will get an invitation to that discussion. We're going to do our darndest to present materials and explain it. We all need to speak with one voice about property taxes and how they're viewed. Part of the reason why citizens misunderstand it is because we're all point 0.00680 what on earth does that mean? You've got to have a degree of mathematics to figure out what a mill levy amounts to, and it is a problem. And at best we confront it and explain. So we're gonna work very hard to do that.
Can you have snacks at the end of that meeting so they're happier before they come to the Truth and Taxation meeting?
That's a good idea.
Second.
Stage it for us.
They're arguing not cut, as we have people arguing that their taxes should be increased. We're hopeful that the group might talk to each other.
We're red name tag. Yeah.
Times already, and I'm really glad to have us all be on the same, not on the same page, but these come from the same source of information. And we really did that. We appreciate you giving us that direction. Thank you. Anybody else say something, move on? Hey, thanks, sounds great. All right, we're gonna turn the minute over to Josh Larson from the Health Department. And I apologize, this is not even
I could have followed up too, so we can double have that. So we have Jordan Mathis and I have been interviewing for the Behavioral Health Advisory Council. For the interlocal agreement with the Department for Behavioral Health within the counties. And we've got five names for appointment from Cache County. The council consists of 5 members from Cache County, 4 from Box Elder County, and 1 from Orange County. We've had our Box Elder County members appointed, and today we're hoping to get these members appointed by the Cache County Council. Would you prefer one person at a time, or all 5 of them?
I think we can probably
Do all 5? Okay, I'll just. Okay. I just have kind of their names, the years that we're hoping to have them appointed for, and then just kind of a brief description of each of the individuals. So we would like to meet within the next month or two, but the terms we would like their term time to be from. So the first one's 4 years from January 1st, 2026 would be 4 years from that date. Our first individual is Alden Jack. For a term of 4 years. Alden has been with the Cache County School District for 18 years. He's served as a teacher, a principal, and he's currently the executive director of student services. We're really looking forward to having him, if he's appointed, be able to represent youth in the county and their needs. During his interview, Alden said he feels like he would bring a great opportunity. He's very plugged in to not just the students, but their families as well, and the issues that they're facing in behavioral health. So that'd be Alden Jack for 4 years. And then we have Misty Hewitt for 3 years. Misty has been a licensed social worker for the past 25 years. She has worked for CAPSA for the past 10 years. She's currently CAPSA's Program Officer with a focus on strategic programming and client services. We're really looking forward to having her trauma-focused lens and the needs of victims of abuse within the county as we have those meetings. And then we have Renee Milne for a period of 2 years. Renee has 25 years experience in higher education, currently vice president for student services at Ridgeland Technological College. I think she would bring she's very plugged in with Ridgeland technology students, but I think she probably sees similar to Utah State University in that population within our county. Then we have Jennifer Buse for 1 year. Jennifer is a director of special education in the Cache County School District. This first council has a pretty Box Elder. We have an individual from the school district as well. So school districts are very well represented in this council. Her focus, she's got a bachelor's in special education, and I think she'd be a great advocate for those with disabilities and special needs within our community. And then Anna Marie Turner, for 1 year. She is an individual in our community who has lived experience with behavioral health services. In the past, she's been at Bear River Mental Health and also received services at Bear River Health Department. And she's actively engaged in volunteering in the community. She had I was going to list them. It was a long list. I'll just say she volunteers all over the community with a focus on advocating for improving mental health access and services for those who are in need of it. She's pretty fun too. So, questions on any of those or?
I have a question. So our law enforcement guys deal with worse standards of behavioral health. Do we have representation for law enforcement in that area? Would be is they're out there dealing with what I deem the worst. I hope some representation there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So Box Elder County, we have Michael Crane who's been appointed. And he is the mental health court. He's the mental health court probation officer for that area. He's been with APMP for about 5 years. And then we discussed, do we need that within this area? I think we're open to that conversation. But we kind of felt that we spend so much time with them already. We have the CJCC. We talk with probation officers probably daily at the health department. I think they're mental health often too. We didn't feel like we so much needed them on the council. Because we have such an ongoing kind of relationship and conversation with them. And we had that representation in Box Elder County.
Can you give us just a little bit of an overview of how this council works on your function?
Yeah, we'll meet quarterly. And our focus will be on advising the Cache County Council on the area plan for carrying out behavioral health and mental health and substance abuse counseling and services. And so initially we're going to have to establish bylaws. I haven't been on a council like this before. One of the things on my list to do is see who else in the state is doing this and go attend some of those meetings or get some feedback from them. But that'll be the main thing. We'll read through the area plan as we work on it, and then come up with recommendations for the Cache County Council to consider as we work on that plan. So it is an advisory council to just help advise on that. That's why we're trying to have different. That's why it's important to have law enforcement involved in that because they work with that as much as anyone else.
I don't see our economic development director, Sean here. Renee's wife, right? Okay. Is that a pro or a con? I don't think it's a conflict of interest. Okay.
I don't see that. You know, Renee is such a, she's all about education. I think that's where she focus.
And then these appointments are staggered. If we found over the first year that we were really lacking areas I kind of had on my wish list that we don't have from Cache County was law enforcement and then first responders. So you know during this first year, first 2 years, if we feel that is missing, we could always make those new appointments at those times too. These individuals have the opportunity to continue as well. But there will be room in the next year or two to change as needed as well.
Anybody else have any questions? I would take a motion then.
I'd so move that we approve these 5 appointments with their respective terms and the starting time.
I'll second it. Moved and seconded that we approve the recommendation for the Behavioral Health Advisory Committee as held to us. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 7 is me. Turn on my microphone for this. This is Cache County's formal statement that we intend to levy a tax rate that exceeds the certified tax rate. Cache County is proposing an 18% property tax increase of $3,721,500 for 2026 to meet the inflationary costs of personnel and public safety. And this there are very strict rules from the tax commission of the process that we need to go through in order to get to our truth in taxation hearing, and this is the first step that had to be done 14 days before the November 4th election. So that is our public statement, and then we'll move forward with all the other steps that we have to take to get to truth in taxation. So we really don't need to do anything about that tonight, right? I just had to read it.
We do know it's being enforced. The Cache County School District wasn't.
They were denied there.
Despite voting.
Because of procedural issues like this. So we're having our esteemed Diana Schaefer keeping us on track. Step by step, we'll make sure we do everything correctly, whatever we decide. Okay, Board of Equalization, we're gonna go ahead and turn some time over to Diana. Take care of that next.
So you see that the first item is the significant change. You all have this color-coded spreadsheet on your iPads, right? So if you flip to the last page of that, page 8, you can see that color key that tells you like these had no changes. If they're cream, if they're that lavender, then they've had a change. And then there's some blue ones on that last page that were dismissed or withdrawn or late and denied the hearing because the petition wasn't sufficient to rise to the level of admitting that late appeal. But the bright yellow will stick with the order of the agenda. I think you're going to turn to page 3, and you'll see that it is highlighted. You can see that there's a $1.2 million drop of 47%. Significant adjustment by law of 5952 is one that drops $1 million and 20% from its original assessment. So we just have that one this year. I think on the agenda it says that this is commercial office space. If you would like me to just speak to that real quickly. This adjustment was based on an appraisal that was provided by the taxpayer. County sales comparison approach, and they had below market rents, 13%. It was a fairly dilapidated property with a lot of deferred maintenance and also full service leases that the tenants kept.
Okay.
Question. Does the million and the 20% have to be together?
They have to be together. It's an and.
Okay, because the others.
And I always they passed in 2023 about the significant adjustment being added to the agenda. But for the council, I've always highlighted or bolded those that may be of particular interest because they were such a steep drop. So you'll see that, but it has to be an and. So that is why that only one qualified to be special on the agenda. So if you want just a little bit more about that summary, we drop back to the back. There were 339 appeals, and I'd like to just state for the public that a lot of work goes into these hearings from our council members. Over a month of time, they make themselves available in sets of two, twice a week. Or if the appraisal team is ready to take the cases to hearing. So I'd really like to thank you for that. Within that month, we had service ranging from 4 to 40 hours from our council members. You know, outside of all of their other committee assignments and no extra pay besides being able to spend time with staff. Priceless. So
Hey, I will say, you're cutting yourself short. The county has an amazing here, Diana. She guides and helps us in those BOV hearings, so you are awesome. I will give you a very, thank you for your expertise and your guidance.
I want that to write my thank you to the council. Like I said, I'm really appreciative of that time that you put in for the taxpayers, and you know.
Yeah, but we couldn't do it there to help.
Well, somebody's got to keep busy.
Multiple people.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Service is following your footsteps. So of the 339% of those were given an adjustment. I thought it would be an interesting metric for you to know that 45% of those adjustments were to residential, 23% to vacant land, 22% to commercial, 8% to ag. And I think that's all the I have unless you have specific questions for me on these recommendations that you have all made for the full board to ratify if you see fit.
Diana, are we supposed to first just vote on this
I think that maybe we should.
Just the ones
I
that
think we
ones
should
that
make a motion to go into board equalization before you actually vote. We ought to do that.
Yeah, let's do that, and then we separately, just on this one significant change, is what my understanding. Okay, someone wanna make that motion?
So moved.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded that we move the Board of Equalization, those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, does someone wanna make a motion about accepting this one, adjustment, the significant adjustment that we've just been presented?
I'll make a motion that we approve a significant adjustment, which is greater than 1 million and greater than 20%.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the significant adjustment that's been presented to us tonight. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I'm gonna sign that right this minute. And then, do we need to move on to,
Now, I would we accept, all of the recommendations, the Board of Equalization recommendations have been, vetted and approved, we've gone through the DOE, that I would go ahead and move that we accept those.
I'll second it.
okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve all the decisions that have been made on the 2025 Board of Equalization recommendations. Those in favor say aye.
Can we discuss?
Yes, can we, let's have a discussion about that.
I just maybe for the public's sake, this was my first one, so I think it would be helpful for me to know, maybe helpful for others to know how these decisions are made. So for example, one of the properties we looked at, we found that part of the area was undeveloped, it was like a wetland. So it was being assessed as the potential value of what it could be, of the highest and best use phrase, right? But in reviewing that, we found that it wasn't as valuable as it was initially assessed. That's no slight on our assessor. Obviously, he's got a lot of work to do, a lot of properties to review. Some of the stuff doesn't appear on the satellite. These require more scrutiny, and we appreciate the public coming in, giving us this information. We want it to be fair to all parties. It's not a burden. I hope they feel like they can approach an elected official to plead their case, and we will hear it. So they are taxed fairly. So I thought I would communicate that just so people maybe can understand the process. I did, for the record, I did not say I enjoyed it. I said it was educational. That's true. So that's.
So then you have your signature page now that you've had your vote.
Yours.
Had a motion and a second, and discussion. Those in favor of accepting the decisions of Board of Equalization recommendations, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That has been, we need to have a vote to stop, or get out of equalization.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we, what's the word? Exit the Board of Equalization. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, I'm not gonna.
There's the door.
Yeah, so under your tax relief, you've all gotten three different ones. Let's start with the one that comes with a recommendation for approval that ends in 0001. A Logan resident, he was approved in 2024, quite low. He is at $8,244 for 2024.
He's eligible at 50%.
He is eligible at 50%, the maximum that we can grant by law.
I looked at that and the application, everything. I think I've seen this before.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's been vetted, and I would move that we go ahead and approve 000, one that ends in 0001. with 50% abatement.
I'll second that.
This is the one we're talking about? Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the application for hardship. Oh, there's, I'm sorry, I could not find that number. For, property number that ends in 0001. Okay. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
And moving on to the second two, which both of these, they're both from Hiram. One's in a 0004, the second in 0009. Can we consider them together? They both are coming with a recommendation for denial, and both for the same reason, is that they were non-compliant in providing their financial information. And as you well know, these programs are based on income eligibility. And if we can't receive the documentation, we can't determine that. If we can't receive their documentation, then it would be unequitable to the rest of the participants that do provide it. So they both come with a recommendation for denial.
Take a motion on that.
I'd just like to make a comment that my heart goes out to these people, but as Diana said, we need to hold them to the same as what's required of others. And I feel bad for them, but they also need to understand. I don't know if someone has been trying to help them or what, but apparently something is amiss in all of it. So I'm sorry, but we need to hold them to the what is being required of the others.
In the tax commission standards, it states clearly that the burden of proof in all of these tax relief programs is on the applicant. It's not on us to bend the rules because with the one gal, she had an extra 19,000 plus in deposits. She didn't want to explain, which we would have to count if they can't show that it ties.
Which brought the number miraculously the exact number you needed to qualify. Did you notice that?
Well.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
Yes.
But I think there was a lot to be had if they would have in this instance. She did not provide all her bank statements, a tax return, 1099, and then didn't explain the 19,000 that they did have on partial bank statements.
I would move that we have the decision, tax administration on 0004 and 0009, and that we deny the applicants because they were non-compliant provided information.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to deny the two hardship applications in 0004 and 0009 presented to us. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you.
Thanks, Diane. One sign.
Have a good evening.
Okay, the next thing on our agenda is to set public hearing.
For the clerk.
This first one is, I went to a meeting this last week on the community development block grants that are available. And each year the state makes some of these grants available. But if you don't go to the meeting where they give the instructions about it, no one in the county can apply. And so Alma was there, and I was there, Giselle Madrid from our senior center, we were all three there. So we can either apply for a grant to do something in a county, or we could, on behalf of the county, apply on behalf of one of the nonprofits if we decide we want to. So there's a lot of difference for doing that. But we need, before we decide if we want to do application here, we have to hold a community, or a public hearing. So that's all we're doing tonight, is setting that hearing. And we would like to encourage the public to come to the next meeting so that they could get us ideas, if they have ideas for these community development block grants that, and I think that our general area, which is the tri-county area, will be close to $1 million, is what we were told. So, I'll make a motion on that.
I'll make a motion that we set the public hearing for October 28th, discussion on community development block grants.
Second it.
Been moved and seconded, public hearing for the CDBG block grants for 28. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and if anyone has any questions, wants more information about that, contact Brad, Martin, and Brad, for guidance on that. Okay, there's more to budget brings with this.
Madam Chair, I move that we set the hearing for October 28, 5:30 p.m. for ordinance 2025-34, Cache County water use and preservation element, ordinance 2025-35, Honey Solar Project LLC Code Amendment, ordinance 2025-37, adjustments to compensation of Cache County executive appointed deputy officials. Ordinance 2025-38, auditor schedule adjustments, ordinance 2025-39, county attorney's office schedule adjustments.
I'll second that.
Okay, second, the aforementioned public hearings for October 28. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Madam Chair.
Gladly. Chair, I make a motion that we set the public hearing for November 18th at 6 p.m. for the truth and taxation hearing for the proposed property tax increase.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded, set the public hearing for November 18th at 6 p.m. for the truth and taxation for a proposed property tax. Is there any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Somebody needs to
Four meetings. I'm happy.
I got you.
It's very specific, this start at 7 o'clock.
Right.
And we have to have a separate agenda, separate. We stop one meeting into that, so we'll do that. We'll make sure absolutely how it's supposed to happen. Okay, 11A. We need Amy.
Good evening, Council. I come to you with a proposal from our Compensation Committee to amend County Personnel Policy and Procedure Manual, Section 9B, to include in our leaves of absence, number 6, parental leave. We have been approached by many of our employees, and we listened as a compensation committee and developed a policy for parental leave. At this time, Cache County does not provide any parental leave for the birth of a child or adoption of a child, or any children that are placed in foster care. And so this would allow for employees that have any of these significant events in their lives to take 2 weeks of paid time off to be able to bond with their family with this wonderful experience that they're going to be having in their family. And so the policy is outlined there for you. I hope you've had a chance to read through it. It's a little bit lengthy because we have to cover a lot of ground. But I'm happy to entertain any questions that you may have.
Do they need to take that all at once?
They can take it within the first year of the birth or replacement of the child, and they can take it. I believe it does have to be taken all at once, the 2 weeks together.
And FMLA on the federal level is 11 or 12 weeks, but doesn't guarantee pay.
Right, it doesn't guarantee pay, and so this would run concurrently with FMLA, so it's not extending that FMLA time. With FMLA, they can use their personal leave time, but if they don't have any personal leave time, it would be unpaid. So what we're running into is generally those that are having babies are those that are newer in their careers, and they haven't had a chance to accumulate that personal leave time. And so they're either financially not able to take time off, or don't have that personal leave time to be able to take. So this is supporting them in that.
When is this something that arose from doing competitive audits with salary and other benefits?
Part of that, yes. But I was approached by a group of employees from the sheriff's office and also from this campus that were interested in hearing that other employers are offering that, and them being in those young childbearing years themselves were looking for some support from the county as they grow their families.
And Amy, as we discussed in this, about how many people a year are you looking at this will benefit?
Thanks for bringing that up, Barbara. When we approached the compensation committee about this, we had been through about the first 6 months of the year, and 12 employees had babies or added babies to the insurance. Now, there could be a few here or there that maybe their spouse has the insurance, and so we're not seeing that newborn being added, or that child at all. So it could be a few more than that, but we're probably looking about 25 or 30 throughout the year.
So, Amy, are there, this obviously it's gonna continue their pay, that's already been budgeted. This is extra expenses.
Right.
But will there be extra expenses like someone else having their job temporarily, or have you considered all that?
Yeah, we discussed that in the compensation committee. Barbara, do you have any comments about that?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so it wouldn't extend what is budgeted already for the employee, but there may be a chance that people need to cover some shifts like what you were saying. And so, that could be a little bit of an added expense. However, we do have people that are willing to do that when people are gone and to help fill in. So.
Can there be any, for instance, I have an instance where a mother delivered a baby and she passed away, so the husband had to do it, the grandparents stepped in. Is there any consideration or anything to be done there?
For grandparents?
Yes.
So we would take into consideration any special circumstance. If the grandparents were the ones that were stepping in as the parent.
Okay.
I don't see anything for like miscarriage. Is that
That's covered
part
in
of
a different policy, but yes, we do allow for that, and it's in our bereavement policy.
Thanks.
Anybody have some questions for Amy? The OMPs vetted. Okay, I think a motion.
This is just a consideration at this point, so we're not obligated to, yeah.
Continue this if we wanted to suspend the rules and pass it.
I see no reason to continue it. I will suspend the rules, recommend resolution 2025-39, amendment to the Cass County Personnel Policy and Procedure Manual, parental leave policy.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded that we approve resolution 2025-39, suspend the rules and approve the parental leave policy. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
No pets. I think that's discriminatory.
Is that if pet gives birth? I don't understand what.
Dog. Train it.
Okay, 12A, Angie.
She's not here.
Okay. Andrew, do you want to handle this? Explain what this is to us, please.
Yes, so ordinance 2025-2028 is an ordinance that was considered by the county council at its last meeting. The reason why it is back on the agenda despite being passed is after some review there were some significant missing pieces of information that were uncovered after consulting with Jairus from the Cache County Attorney's Office and getting opinion from the Cache County Attorney. It was essentially determined that this wasn't passed in its final written form. So until some additional information can be provided and verified, that ordinance would not be ready to be passed in its final form. So that being said, My recommendation is to leave it under pending action until that final piece of information can be provided.
You still haven't got the actual physical description?
I not a verified version of it. No, from what I understand, the overlay description came from a surveyor from the applicant, but I don't know that for fact. So don't quote me on that one. But that still needs to go to development services and be verified before it's sent over. So, and I think that'll take some time.
Just by way of explanation, it's the one we did with the cell phone tower, and Dave was very explicit when he said, we are only changing the zone on this small portion. And they said, yes, but the physical description that we were given included 16 acres. So we have to verify that it's just that.
So then should this not go back to planning and zoning?
I don't think so, because it was always intended to just be that small portion. It was just the legal description that was not written exactly.
But they didn't have so. Taylor, what's your thoughts?
Well, as a public hearing that was.
Yes.
On this, but basically, we were all under that one, we basically thought that it was just that one little parcel.
Yeah, the 2,500 square feet is what it was.
Well, I don't know, do we need backup and then redo all those?
So I can't see why we have here to gain if planning and zoning doesn't have here to gain. And they're the land use.
I don't think we have to hear it again. I think we just have to pass it with the correct description. With the correct description.
They did make a recommendation in favor, so that might change the recommendation if the information change. I understand Nolan's saying.
Tell us, Taylor.
There's a spectrum of caution here. So if you wanted to do those save zero questions, anything, then yes, you start. But making the ordinance and changing the zone was control is where it passes. Council passes it, correct with descriptions, whatever piece of property that zone, that's what's going to control.
Okay, what do you think, Nolan?
My personal opinion is go back to P&Z personal opinion, because I don't forever, so.
And I thought we had the correct description. I thought it came in just before the meeting.
It actually came the day after the meeting.
The day after the meeting. But it's still not correct. What you have is still not correct.
Recorder's office had two different independently projected on maps. It wasn't even in the current parcel.
Okay. I agree with Nolan. This sounds like, this is not as simple as I thought it was. Let's have that, go back to planning and zoning, and hopefully in their November meeting, we can get right to it. And, because I know the applicant is ready to move forward to get this cell phone tower put up.
I know one of the things that the Paradise leadership wrote in their letter was they preferred on top of the building. If that's available. If this puts it much closer to the building, that would change something per Nolan's. So I don't know that it will.
My other point was not tall enough building of Paradise.
Yeah.
Lucky's for them.
Or a stealth.
All right, Andrew, will you talk to Angie about starting that back to planning and zoning commission, please? Okay, thank you. We'll get this cleared up. Okay. 12B.
Oop, I gotta leave.
Sorry.
Nice try.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta go.
I don't see anything. Okay. This is an ordinance to amend the compensation of the Cache County Council members. We were given a recommendation by the compensation committee. Catherine made an amended proposal at the last meeting. There was no second on that motion, so it died. So I don't know where you guys start on this. I would entertain a motion or some discussion.
The numbers this time change was last time.
Yeah, so we should review what those are.
Okay.
Can we have to pass this on in a class, and we can consider the chair as separate from the council members on pay?
I think
In the proposal, the chair is a different
Yeah.
number.
We get past.
I see what you're saying. With the
Cool.
Okay. So the numbers that we have before us tonight, the council members being paid 36,000, and the council chair 43,200, which is 20% more. The original recommendation from the compensation committee was, I believe, 45,000 for council members. This was the amount that Catherine proposed last time. That's just a place to begin the conversation. I don't know if anybody wants to give their recommendation or make a motion.
I would like to stick my foot right in the mud and say, I'd like to consider the chair separately of council members, as I believe the chair is, kudos to those who have been chairs in the past, because you guys all know you're putting an astounding amount of time, so, and I agree, all council members are, but I would like, because I'm not ready to, I'll put it right up, but I'm not ready to throw a recommendation for all council members to receive an increase, but I believe the chair absolutely should have an increase. I'm looking to split that from that point, that's my feelings.
Is that the amount that you're recommending?
Was that the one that Catherine gave?
Yes.
Because that's down 12 from before?
I don't remember the prior number.
45.
It was recommended for the council chair to move to 54,000, so it is $12,000 from what was recommended from the compensation committee.
Okay, so if I put this point out there to the public, Dave has been chair, Sandy has been chair, Barbara's been chair. You guys tell us what putting in as chair and what time you did, because I believe it is amazing amount of time. And that's why I'm trying to consider this separate, if you'll indulge me.
Can I have some comments? I handed out this council member assignments and county department office liaison. And you know, we look at this at the first of the year and we say, okay, I'll do this, I'll do that, you know, Mark, will you do this? Keegan, will you take care of this? And we look at that, and I don't think we ever look at it again until the first of the year next year and decide how we're going to do this. And I wanted everyone to take a look at exactly what everyone is doing for this council. And I think that we need to realize that yes, we are putting in a lot of time doing things that I know some of us it takes us away from our other jobs, and we end up you know doing things that doesn't mean that we don't enjoy serving our community. We do. If we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't be here, right? We wouldn't feel a responsibility to our county constituents. But I think it's also good to let the public know that it's just not two meetings a month that we're coming to. We have responsibilities because we want the best of what we want, for our constituents and how we want to serve. I think we have a value. And our value is based on how we're serving on these different boards and what we're doing for our constituents. And how we're helping our different departments and letting them know that as a council that we are helping them as much as we can. We enjoy that we now have an executive that's really stepping in to those department heads, and thank you so much. But we also want we want the department heads to know that we as a council listen to them also. So I do think we have a value. And I'm going to say something. He's not here. The sheriff is not here. He's on the compensation committee. And he did say, if I hear any of you guys say you're not worth what you're getting, I'm not going to be happy about it. Because he knows what kind of service that we're giving to our community and what we're doing. Now, I'm okay with, with the reduction of from the original. I'm okay with that. And if we need to discuss, different than what's presented tonight, I'm okay with that too. But I think we need to give ourselves some credit for what we're doing here and realizing if we do go ahead with a raise, it doesn't mean we're not public servant. It means that we're doing the best we can with what we have available. And I will say this right out. I am not running for re-election this next time. And I'm not in favor of this because I think it's going to make me richer or whatever. I'm not doing that. But I do think that we need to make it. And I don't want to say. I can't think of the word, but I think that when people replace me, they need to know that there is more responsibility and that there is a cost to our time and what we're putting in. That's my comment.
I'll say this, one thing that stood out there that you're not running again, so I'm sad to hear that. All the other, I think.
I would say not always, but on an average, 20 to 30 hours a week. Easily, yeah.
Think what you did in September, you were racking up big hours.
There is a lot of time involved in doing this, and I think there's value to it. And one of the things that I think too is, and it's so difficult in a position where you have to vote yourself. That's just it really is. But as a group, we are paid less than any other group like us in the state. And we're the only ones that I know of that don't get benefits. There's no retirement, there's no insurance, and most of the other, even smaller counties pay more and get more. And so when you keep that in perspective, I think that's part of why I feel it's worth the amount of this program, and that's my thoughts.
And I'll say thank you to that. And Barbara, I understand that. I believe all of these value. The only thing that's a sting right now is to say that somebody may lose a job while I increase my pay. And that stings to me.
I agree with that, Nolan, because the more I hear what's going on and what is happening so that we can come within our budget, I do agree with that.
That's why I wanted to split the vote and recognize the chair. And now I'll tell you, just like you're not going to run, I don't want to be chair because it's a full-time job. And plus I farm on the side and do other things, so probably not very good for farming. Anyhow, I'm just saying that I want to recognize the person who is the chair, because they put a lot of time in, and it helps us all as a council. As the chair, but there's my piece, and I'm just finding trouble saying. And I understand what Barbara said, and Sandy, you guys have all got good points, but the sting of it is if I get a raise, lose somebody's job, or some price is cut, it just, it doesn't sit very well, so that's my apologies for that.
We aren't giving every other county.
Yes.
Elected and appointed and every other.
Valid point.
And I would like to say also that some of us have other positions outside the county. For example, Sandy is serving on UAC, on that committee. And I'm serving as secretary of USAC. And Dave's on the board. So, we're serving outside of the county itself, which is awesome. And I enjoy that. And we just I just want to make sure that we all realize each and every one of us just how much time we're putting in to serve us.
And I'm speaking way too much, but I'll say thank you to the compensation committee, because I know you guys put a lot of time into it. And I value every committee that every council serves on, and I like to take the recommendation, so. But here I'm conflicted, so. Let's get back to my first, to talk about.
Amy wants.
Could I mention something? Jairus and I looked into it, and an elected official can choose to take less than what is approved by the county council. So if that helps you in your decision, personally to not take the full amount of the raise that may be passed, you can do that in that form that you can fill that out. So I just wanted to throw that out there, if that helps you in your decisions.
Could you explain a little bit more how that works? Does the surplus just it's retained in the general fund?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but given that still spent, did we save any money? You see what I mean?
It would be spent in other ways.
Well, Rick and Frank,
Other things. So anyway, I just wanted to give you all the information that I have.
Okay, now let's get back to mine.
Listening, ready to vote.
I think George had something.
He's delighting seeing us in the hot seat.
To add to that, you can decline it, or you can direct it over to the cash foundation. So there's either choice. You direct to the cash foundation, then direct where it goes. Cash foundation goes to the charity.
But in order to do that, just follow me, we'll take the money out of the budget, then the individual donated it, show that he was still paid, or it didn't go through his pay, it was paid to the foundation.
For tax purposes.
The way I understand that, still here.
Oh, get the CPA part of him up here.
My belief is that if you were to direct it to the cash foundation, yes, you would first recognize it as income. FICA would be withheld, and then whatever portion you want to direct to that charitable organization would be, but it would still be taxable to you less perhaps in tax benefits.
So I didn't really save anybody anything.
No. If you were going to not want to take your salary, that's what I would do if that's what you wanted to accomplish, and leave it at that. I think from a personal tax perspective.
Say that again.
If you wanted to elect out of your salary and just not paid, you can make that choice.
But it's still going to go back to the budget, because that salary is appropriated, goes to the general fund.
Yes.
Could be used for things like a library.
That's like somebody's.
I had to put it back on him. He was grinning way too much over there.
Jairus, did you have a comment? I'm sorry. Taylor, yeah.
The highest paid person receiving a raise, guys.
Thank you.
You guys dance very well. Can we get back to my thing of giving a chair the raise, and then I'll make a motion. We giving the chair a raise separate of council members. That is my motion. Crickets.
Andrew has.
I was going to say two things. First and foremost, guys who are going to split this, I would ask that you change the title of the ordinance to reflect that it would just be the chair. The second thing, if you elect to change the salary of the chair, please also be aware that this person has to deal with you on a daily basis, for better or worse, constantly or talking, trying to coordinate. I can do my own office, include myself. Whoever's the chair is constantly talking with me and trying to coordinate things left and right. So I would also ask that you guys take that into consideration as well.
So does that mean because of that we should raise them more to deal with me?
No comment.
Chair.
Yes.
I would move we leave this on pending business. And I think there's some other things that we really need to think about that might have a little bit higher priority. Let's get our affairs in order, and then we can decide after that.
I agree with that.
I'll second that, yeah.
And then just tell me ahead so I can plan something on
So
this.
just keep pending business.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we continue ordinance 2025-36 as future date. Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Okay.
I give it back, but finding out who's gonna.
I'm going to be there, but I'll be on the American 250.
I can be there, yeah.
I cannot.
I'll be out of town.
I'm out of town.
So do you and Keegan, wanna just do it?
You want to?
Sure.
Pray about this. If I just thought it was the two of us.
Janine, if you're going to have all the candy, she'll have arrangements for you to have a truck available, or your truck, get the signs.
We'll get a hold of each other.
Okay.
Okay, all right, council member reports, Barbara.
Yes, thank you to Bryson and his group for the public tour of the election process. I really enjoyed that. I had been previously, but it was still an education for me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Your people did great. On the America 250, we are having a trailer that has been donated by Michelle Stenger, and we appreciate that very much. A lot of work has been going into this, and I will say that I have appreciated Karina and Pam for all their work that they're doing with that. My husband is driving our truck to pull the trailer, and we will not be giving out candy, but we'll be giving out rolls. We've Pam printed the Declaration of Independence, and she's rolled all of those up, and we're handing those out in place of candy. And we are inviting on Friday to decorate the trailer. We've invited any of the employees that want to participate. We have supplies to decorate that. Dave has consented to donate some bales of straw so we can sit on the trailer. Mr. Ross Peterson and his wife will be dressed as Mr. and Mrs. Washington on the trailer. We have good Uncle Sam hats we're going to wear. Corbin, are you going to be there Friday? Okay, he's going to come and do a report and an article for America 250 for us. And so we're really excited about this. And we want employees to either decorate or include both march in the parade by the trailer. So we're really excited about this. And thank you to everyone for their contribution. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry, I just want to make a comment on the last item with the compensation. I don't know that I want a great disparity between the chair and other council members. So not that I think that the chair is deserving of that, but I just while we're still in public, I just wanted to mention that as we consider it for next time. As far as my report goes, I'm on the airport board, and there were three different developments presented that involved building additional hangars, possibly extending runways in certain areas. And these were by three different developers who are non-competing. So they all fit very well. I think there's a concern with the airport board that once those properties are back in the hands of the county, the county the Logan Cache Airport may not have the resources to maintain them, already slightly behind on our maintenance. And so it's not that we don't appreciate or want to invite those. There is a long waiting list of people who want hangars, but there's just some things we need to get in order prior to those approvals. But I think everyone should know about that. And then with COSAC, some pre-applications were presented, and the board encouraged them to move forward with the full application. So we should see some more of those in the coming months. And then they also, normally they only meet once a month, but they scheduled a supplemental meeting for this Monday, the 20th, to review the outreach materials. Probably been a couple months, but we talked about how they want to send a letter or postcard to those properties in the county that the open spaces requirement, just to make sure they're aware of that. And the council expressed an openness to allocating some budget towards that. So they're going to find next week, and we should hear from them in maybe a council meeting in November. And I'll get with you, Chair Goodlander, to get that on the agenda.
To Keegan's point, I agree with the disparity of time warrants difference, I believe, and that's why I proposed that. So just a little information. My point was we held September 24th water meeting. I've been trying to get people. I am shooting for now 30th, and I hope we can get everybody there. The reason I'm going for that is when I can get Casey Snyder here. Casey Snyder has a big voice on legislation and the water department. That's why I'm trying so hard so that can happen with Casey and Chris and Mr. Peterson. So that's why I'm trying to go for the 30th. So I will be sending out emails this week on that. So please keep that in mind. I think the more of us here discuss that's an important fact. I recently read a community in Utah is having water troubles. They're doing clean water and recommend less use for yards and everything else. These are things we should be considering because water is going down. The population demand is going up. So that's why I think it's so very important. And so that's what I'm shooting for October 30th.
Do you know what time?
6 p.m. is what we're shooting for.
Okay.
I did look at the reservoir levels too. Those are published publicly. If anyone wants to look at what our reservoir is at. There's data on this.
Follows those every day. Some.
Dave, do you want to report?
I didn't see on there USAC conference.
Yes, in November.
Right, that's coming out.
So, yeah.
Not quite.
Okay.
Reach out.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
There on that. We got a public lands public lands meeting here in November, but all these other fire district. I apologize. I was out and gone. On the day that we had the other day, but that is a very detailed process, and it's great. We're making a lot of headway on it. We have proposal on a new waste consortium tomorrow.
I like it.
And anyway, there's some proposed changes on that contract. We'll have more information on that. Bragg's meeting tomorrow. Several things all happening. But as far as what's happening since the last council report on any. Yeah, the COG meeting. I will not report on that. We got thrown on the bus and they were driving.
Yeah.
What I heard. Let's see. So really the only thing that's kind of been touched on, but there was a library board meeting last week. I was not able to attend. I was on my way back from the Utah Summit, which was the first time I've been to that. It was really good. I went unofficially. On behalf of the county, I did speak to some things, but the county did not send me. So the library board did discuss some of the things we've talked about before, and that would be the possibility of a north location. But given current circumstances and things out there, there's lots of questions. So that discussion might shift the feedback I got. We'll see. I think it makes a lot of sense to continue to pursue a north location. especially in the context that's been discussed, that, the overhead increase would be one part-time person, or part of the week. The interested city that we've talked to would offer the facility the same as Providence City has. And so it's really, it's shaping up to be really good expansion opportunity to make it so that we didn't keep running into the scenario where only the south end of the valley or just the communities adjacent we're utilizing the library, but there's also lots of new activity last year from around the county, so there will most likely be more of that data discussed in the week to come. Let's see. The other thing I mentioned is I have not yet contacted Sandy or Catherine to talk about this, but we serve on the as the appointee from UAC for the outdoor recreation committee, the North Region, and we have a board meeting coming up where they'll be looking for the proposals for the year. And so I'll get with the leadership council to come up with how we'd like to go about giving that feedback ideas we'd propose or concepts that we'd like to at least support for a regional perspective. This committee's ideas are for outdoor recreation on the cross county boundaries and the we'll call them the grand perspective, if you will, big picture things. So I have some ideas. We'll run that through the council leadership, and just looking over. I think that's it.
Okay, I think we all just want to be Thank goodness that's over. I that's something we're going to have to decide as a council is we move forward to next year, whether we want to continue to put that amount of time into a hiring officer. We can have that discussion later as we get, because this year's done. But there will be training requirements dates set forth for that for March 11th of next year. Probably evening. They'll come to us in Salt Lake, but all seven of us have to be certified. Whether the hearings or whether we just set recommendations, we still have to go through that training. So put that on your calendar to try and keep that date. I asked the representative from the state tax commission what would happen. I said, what if only five of us certified? The majority, and he said there will be consequences if you're not all. I don't know what that.
Menacing.
Anyway, put those under and try to open. Today,
Can you send these out?
Speaker Schultz. They are having a budget year of pretty big constraints. They'll have to shave their budget back. They're asked the counties. They said they get a lot of people concerned about property taxes. And so I'm really glad he says the counties are going to have to really shave back their budgets too. And I think we are going through that process. So that was good. We talked about some more important UAC. The study committee is having a public hearing on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We'll be in this chamber or
In the Logan City Council.
Logan City chambers. And that's public, and they're asking input on that. Earlier last week, the week before that, we received meetings from County with him, and who else was there? Roland. Another council. It was more of a just a meet and greet, but I think planning and zoning the other first week of the month. There are going to be more projects from Powder Mountain. JUB Engineering is very close meeting their studies, engineering, and I mean, Georgia's going to work on some of that too, so that we can look at that, and I think that is all I have, it's probably enough.
Municipal ballots mailed.
Okay.
So vote.
Vote early, vote often.
How come you have a baby gavel? Is that bring your kid to council day?
I couldn't find the real Okay, does anyone else have anything for, accept a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second, we adjourn. Say aye.
Aye.